Atlantic Television Network. First, the headlines. Set it up, over it, the basest of men. And that's from Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. Recall that the Osun APC factions have been at loggerheads with Aregbesola controlling one faction and Oyetola controlling the other faction. This led mass defection of APC members to PDP. The Interior Minister was also absent during the elections. A senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Yakubu Maikiao, has emerged as the 31st president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA. The San pulled 22,342 votes to defeat the first runner-up, Chief J.K. Gadzama San, who pulled 10,842 votes out of a total of 34,564 votes that were cast for the position. In his speech, the new NBA president thanked God for his victory and urged all the contestants in the elections to join hands with his team to move the association forward. He commended the outgoing president of the NBA, Mr. Olumide Akpata San, for his efforts to reposition the association. Maikiao implored the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to understudy the technology-driven electoral system of the NBA. He said there was need for INEC to leverage on technology in such a way that electorates across the Federation could cast their votes from the comfort of their homes, as was done by the NBA in its elections, which he described as free, fair, and credible. Michael San said the NBA, under his leadership, would continue to speak truth to power and to do all within its mandate to promote the rule of law and protect human rights in the country. On his part, Olumide Akpata, the outgoing president of the NBA, commended the members of the NBA Electoral Committee and urged those that lost at the poll to accept the results in good faith and join hands to move the association forward. The Osun 2022 final collation and announcement of results were held at the INEC office in Osogbo, the state capital. Adeleke of the PDP emerged with a total of 403,371 votes from 17 local government areas, while Oyetola of the APC pulled 375,027 votes. Ademola Adeleke is a former senator and younger brother to the state's first governor, Isiaka Adeleke. He defeated Gboyega Oyetola by a margin of about 44,426 votes. The Osun governorship election had 15 political parties participate. 13 other candidates that took part in the election include Akin Ogubiyi of the Accord Party, Goke Omigbodun of the Social Democratic Party, and the former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Lasun Yusuf, who contested under the platform of Labour Party. Caretaker chairman of the party in Osun State, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, before the announcement declared that the party has secured a majority as well as more than two-thirds spread across the 30 local governments and area offices. President Muhammadu Buhari has wished the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, a quick recovery. This was contained in a statement by his spokesman, Mr. Femi Adesina, on Saturday in Abuja. Buhari commended the medical team at the Duchess International Hospital, Ikeja, Lagos, for their competence and a job well done. Buhari assured the Vice President of the prayers of Nigerians and that of his family. Meanwhile, medical doctors who carried out a surgical operation on Vice President Yemi Osinbajo owing to the persistent pain triggered by a fracture in his leg have described the procedure as successful, adding that the Vice President will be on his feet soon. The information was contained in a statement titled Successful Medical Treatment of the Vice President, signed by the Medical Director, Duchess International Hospital, Ikeja, Lagos, Dr. Adedoyin Dosunmu and made available to newsmen by the presidential spokesman. The statement about Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN GCON, was admitted to the Duchess International Hospital, GRA, Ikeja, Lagos, on account of a fracture of his right femur thigh bone, possibly related to a long-standing injury associated with a game of squash. He had a surgical operation performed by a team of specialist doctors. The operation was successful and he is expected to be discharged within the next few days. Osinbajo had undergone a surgical operation on his leg yesterday following a nagging pain said to be caused by an injury he sustained. Ademola Adeleke on his victory in the Osun 2022 governorship election. He said the people of Osun State has made their choice through the ballot, chosen the PDP and its ideals of equity, unity and progress over the retrogressive policies that have been in dire straits this past years. He further stated that he stands with the people of Osun in sending a clear message to Nigerians that they are prepared and ready to rescue them from the hardship and woes that they have been thrown into. He thanks the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for sustaining the electoral reforms, which started in the September 19, 2022 Edo State governorship election, and insisted that the reforms have ensured a peaceful, fair and credible conduct of the election, which gave the people the freedom to elect their preferred candidates. Party, the PDP remains steadfast in their commitment to rescue Nigeria and are by this victory fired up to go into the 2023 general elections to win. President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the just concluded Osun governorship election. Senator Ademola Adeleke's successful conduct of the election was as a result of a testimonial to the maturity and commitment of all stakeholders. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates Senator Ademola Adeleke, candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), following victory of the party in Saturday's gubernatorial election in Osun State. Plans are currently ongoing for the inauguration of the campaign council. Individuals who lost out in the primaries of the PDP are integrated into the team. Atiku emerged the winner of the presidential primaries of the PDP on May 28, 2022 in Abuja after pulling a total of 371 votes, defeating the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, who scored 237 votes. Other aspirants who lost in the race include Ki with 70 votes, Ayim Pius Ayim 14, Udom Emmanuel 38 votes, Bala Mohammed 20. Since Atiku emerged as the flag bearer, the opposition party has been embroiled in rancor. The crisis became worsened after he named Ifeanyi Okowa, the governor of Delta State, as his running mates for the 2023 general elections. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Mujidat for planting drugs concealed in fetish bowls containing scary native black soap and sponge on Tunde Kazim and Akim Bobola Omuni were traveling together to Oman by NDLEA operatives at the airport. A search of their luggage revealed RAP's anti-narcotic officers that Mujidat, who was still within the vicinity, gave the back. Saraki has said the emergence of Senator Ademola Adeleke as Osun governor. He said Nigerians are ready to go back to good old days of PDP. They have spoken loud and clear with their votes. This is preparatory ground for the victory of our presidential candidate in 2023. Make no mistakes, this victory was not easily attained. It is the culmination of the sacrifice and hard work of our party leaders, stakeholders, and leaders who all played specific roles to ensure that this time around our party's mandate has been protected. Welcome back. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) said in 2022 shut down public universities over the inability of the federal government to implement agreements that two parties entered into in previous years. ASU and other unions are demanding funding, revitalization of universities, and allowances, implementation of the University Transparency Accountability Solution (UTAS), as well as promotion of arrears. The NLC is set to embark on the protest on the Tuesday, 26 July 2022 and Wednesday, 27 July 2022. Matthew Coker, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, has called for prayers of atonement and reparation over what he described as a sacrilegious act of St. Calvin's Catholic Church, Gidan Dare of Sokoto State. The bishop, in a statement titled "A Call for Prayers of Atonement and Reparation," recalled the events that happened in Sokoto town following the killing of Deborah Yakubu over alleged blasphemy, in which Muslim protesters entered the premises of the church and desecrated the sacred species in the chapel of perpetual adoration, the altar, and the main church, and destroyed all the valuables. The statement said the prayer of reparation would begin Monday, 18 July and end on Sunday, 24 July 2022, and called on faithfuls to join. The spiritual exercise, according to him, was imperative in seeking God's mercy on parishioners and the entire diocese in the state for forgiveness and purification.